to 6 and 6, where we cover 6 stories from around the world in 6 minutes or less. With that said, start your timer. We begin today in Venezuela, where one of their major refineries, which has a capacity of 310,000 barrels per day, has halted due to a power blackout, highlighting the ongoing challenges in the country's energy infrastructure. The incident underscores the persistent issues of power grid instability and lack of maintenance in Venezuela's critical energy sector. Despite having substantial oil reserves, the nation continued to struggle with frequent blackouts and operational disruptions, which impact fuel production and national energy systems. From Reuters, quote, "The halt, confirmed by 4 sources aware of the situation, adds strains to an already troubled national grid, which has been prone to frequent blackouts since the country's economic crisis began almost a decade ago. While the refinery's operations are expected to resume following power restoration, experts point out that unless significant investments are made to upgrade the grid, this could continue to happen." Next, we go across the Atlantic to Africa, where gold prices have surged, leading mining companies in West Africa to adopt drone technology to combat unauthorized mining activities. These drones provide efficient surveillance of vast mining areas, while also ensuring that illegal miners do not get into the operation. And from Reuters, we have a quote, "The increase in gold prices has presented both an opportunity and a challenge for mining companies in the region. While companies stand to benefit from heightened demand, they are facing unprecedented levels of illegal mining activity," explained one leading economic analyst about the technical response to wildcat mining challenges. Next, we travel to Canada, where the European Union and Canada have established a new security pact that enhances cooperation in critical areas, including cybersecurity, counterterrorism, and crisis management. This agreement demonstrates a commitment to addressing modern global security challenges through multinational partnerships. The initiatives represent a strategic deepening of diplomatic and economic ties between Europe and Canada, focusing on proactive and coordinated responses to evolving international threats. From Reuters, quote, "The new security pact marks a significant step in EU-Canada's relationship, moving beyond traditional diplomacy ties to address more complex global security issues. By focusing on cybersecurity and counterterrorism, both parties are taking proactive measures to safeguard against evolving threats." Now we travel across the Pacific to Thailand, which is currently experiencing significant political and diplomatic challenges marked by internet unrest following recent elections and an escalating territorial dispute with Cambodia. Economic pressures, including inflation and unemployment, are further straining the national stability. From Reuters, quote, "The political landscape in Thailand has become increasingly volatile due to a combination of internal factionalization and external diplomatic tensions. As the government negotiates these troubled waters, there's going to be fears that any mishap could have serious ramifications, just not for Thailand." And of course, we'll keep you updated as we move forward. Next, we go south to Australia, where Virgin Australia has successfully returned the Australian stock to the Australian Stock Exchange through a $439 million initial public offering backed by Bain Capital. After being delisted in 2020 and acquired by Bain, the airline is now positioning itself for a post-COVID recovery and growth in the competitive Australian aviation market. From Reuters, quote, "The airline's IPO, one of the largest in Australia this year, marks a significant comeback story for Virgin Australia, with travel demand rebounding post-pandemic," end quote. And finally, we go to Europe, where the UK police have banned a Palestine Action protest scheduled for June 23rd, 2025, outside the British Parliament, citing public safety concerns. The decision relates to a demonstration against the UK's arms trade links with Israel and has sparked a debate about free speech and protest rights. Palestine Action, known for direct action campaigns, is facing restrictions that critics view as a suppression of peaceful protest. From Reuters, quote, "Our primary obligation is to maintain public safety and order, especially in such a politically sensitive environment. The decision to prohibit this protest was made after extensive deliberation and is not intended to reflect on the legitimacy of the grievances of the Palestine Action Committee, which it wishes to express, end quote. And of course, we'll do a little sidebar because we normally don't just have a section for the Middle East, but there is a ceasefire that seems to be in the works, if not ironed out for the most part, between Israel and Iran. We'll see how this one lands. Donald Trump was very happy about it, announcing it not that long ago. So, with all that, if you want to check out any of today's articles, all of them will be linked in the description below that like and subscribe button. Also down there, you can find the podcast on Spotify, Pocket Cast, Podvine, as well as the Twitter handle at Your Daily Flip, where I post a link to these episodes on Tuesday and Thursday, as well as the normal podcast that comes out on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and that's more U.S. focused. So, with that said, there's only one more thing to say. Stay safe. Don't die.